I've been told since I was a young man that the key to life, key to living a happy life, is doing something that you're passionate about and something that you love, something that you have a heart for. Do something that you're passionate about and make sure your whole heart is in it. And I remain unconvinced that this is really the key to a fulfilled and happy life. Not that those things aren't good, that we're passionate about what we do and that we have a heart for what we do. But I think those things really just lend themselves to becoming, or for us to become an expert in something. Being passionate and having a heart for what you do lends itself more to just becoming an expert. It really has nothing to do with a fulfilling and happy life. And we can look at the Pharisees, I think, to see how that perhaps the key to a happy life and a fulfilled life lies elsewhere. The Pharisees were experts. They were experts in God's law. And one of those Pharisees, one of those experts, approached our Lord. And this man was passionate about God's law. He knew all 613 commandments, frontwards and backwards, of God's law as it was laid out to Moses. He knew the prophets. He could authoritatively interpret the law and the prophets. He had studied it his whole life. He was an expert. He was passionate. His heart was in it. But like all Pharisees, he was still a miserable wretch. He was still a miserable wretch. And so when he asks or tests our Lord, Lord, what is teacher? What is the greatest commandment? Our Lord gives him the greatest commandment. First, love your God with your whole heart, your whole mind, all your strength. Love your God with your whole self. And then love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus says this is the foundation of the whole law. In a sense, telling this Pharisee that you've missed it. You've missed it. Yes, you're passionate. Yes, your heart is in the law. But you've missed what is the whole purpose of the law. To make you not a miserable wretch, but to help you become who you were created to be. This is the whole purpose of God's law, and it's summarized in two commands that a child can memorize. Love your God with your whole self and love your neighbor as yourself. This will lead to happiness. And think of all the experts that we have in our parish, all the expertise that we have in our midst. We have teachers, we have municipal workers, medical professionals, factory workers, lawyers and judges, politicians, executives, bankers, retail workers, restaurant workers, realtors, insurance agents, accountants, truck drivers, military servicemen and women, first responders, farmers, landscapers, grocery workers, architects, electricians, plumbers, financial advisors, decorators, construction workers, students, office workers, and DNR employees. That's a lot of expertise. And that's only career expertise. And we get to the real significant expertise that we find in the vocational life. Those of mothers and fathers, grandparents, aunts and uncles, siblings, sons and daughters. All the expertise that we have, all the passion, all the heart that goes into one you becoming experts over the years in so many different ways. But passion and heart, as we know, does not lend itself to happiness. It simply lends itself to becoming experts. And each of us are called to that. Undoubtedly. We must be experts in what we do. And gosh, it helps when we're passionate about what we do and when we have a heart for what we do. But that does not make us happy. The key to life, the key to a happy and fulfilled life is two things. It is the foundation of God's law. Love God with our whole selves and love our neighbor as ourselves. If we get these two things wrong, we will end up like the Pharisees, experts, passionate experts, but miserable wretches. But if we get these two things right, we will be experts and we will be happy, fulfilled saints.